Okay, good evening, distinguished colleagues and members of the Public Service Knowledge Hub. You are most welcome to another impactful session in our ongoing year 2026 promotion tutorial series, a platform where we learn, grow, and prepare together for excellence in the Lagos State Civil Service. Tonight's topic, understanding career progression and cadre conversion in the Lagos State Civil Service, policy, appeal, and pathway for advancement, is both timely and essential. As we approach the promotion session, it is important that every officer, regardless of cadre or MDA, understand how the system truly works. What defines your eligibility for promotion, how cadre conversion and regarding are handled, what role appeal and administrative review play, and how to strategically plan your career movement in line with the public service rule. To guide us through this vital discussion, we are privileged to have with us Mr. Kehinde Yusuf, a highly respected Oga and Director, Admin and HR retired, former Director, Career Management Directorate, Lagos Civil Service Commission. Mr. Yusuf is an accomplished administrator and seasoned HR practitioner who has dedicated decades of his career to build and refine Lagos State career management system. He brings to this session a deep practical understanding of promotion policies, career progression pathway, and the reality of cadre conversion. We are indeed honored to have him once again on this public service knowledge hub platform, not just a facilitator, but as a mentor and resource person who has helped shape the career of countless officers across the service. So as we prepare for this highly interactive session, please have your notepad ready, your question prepared, and your mind open. Let's make this session engaged, participatory, and impactful. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Kehinde Yusuf with your emojis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sir, you have the floor, sir. Go ahead, sir. You have the floor now, sir.
Thank you, Jamiu. Well, before I start, let me first of all appreciate the organizer of this wonderful section and all the supporters that has contributed in no small measure in ensuring we have a smooth program this evening. I also want to apologize that my laptop is faulty, and I will give you the soft copy of whatever we discussed today by Thursday, by the special grace of God. And as we start, I just want to make some few corrections in the topic given. The topic says understanding career progression and cadre conversion in Lagos State Civil Service, policies, appeal, and pathways for advancement. That's beautiful. My adjustment will just be understanding career management and conversion in Lagos State Civil Service, policies, appeal, and pathways for advancement. The reason for this slight change is that career progression is subsumed under career management. And there is no way we talk about career progression that we won't talk about career management, because career progression is just a fraction of what constitutes career management. And since I don't want to narrow our expose on this topic, I have decided to widen it a bit so as to cover all the gamut of career management, most especially when in the topic we also have advancement and policies of the career. So I said, okay, let me merge it. So anywhere you see me using career management, I am talking in terms of the whole gamut of what constitutes career management, in which we have career progression as a subtopic. That is the explanation I want to give. As we continue on this journey, I will want to tell you what are the learning objectives. Number one, we will discuss extensively what is career management. We will also talk about the purpose of career management, element of career management, and practices of career management program. We will also delve into who are the stakeholders of career management, and we talk about the future of work. Why has career management not met the expected targets? That is the challenges we are having. I will start by way of introduction. Over the years, the role of human elements has been critical to the growth of any industrial organization. This has necessitated the importance of HR practice towards the development of career management and organizational goal. What am I saying in essence? I am emphasizing the importance of human elements in any organization. You and I will agree with me that in our elementary economics at the secondary school level, we were told the importance of human elements when you combine all the factors of production: land, capital, raw materials, and what have you, that the most essential and the most difficult to manage is the human element. And it is on that basis that we shall examine the role of human elements in any organizational goal or organizational achievement. HR officers, HR officer, all in a bid to ensure an effective program of any organization, must combine all the factors of production to ensure that the organization attain its goal. Be that as it may, the process of career management is of two types. When you talk about career management, generally, what do we mean? It has a process, and the process is of two types. We have the pre-recruitment process, and we have the post-recruitment process. Everybody on this discourse will agree with me that we all went through the pre-recruitment stage before we could be called officer or public servants in these great states. The pre-recruitment process has to do with the workforce planning of the organization or the service. How many officers do we need? How many cadres? How many officers in each cadre? What will be their role? What is their level? Are we recruiting junior officers? Are we recruiting middle level officers? Are we recruiting senior officers? These are the workforce planning that we have to put in place before the recruitment of any officer into the system. And this takes us to the fact that when we talk about career management in the public service, we have three purposes. The first purpose is that recruitment can be intentional, recruitment can be targeted, and recruitment can be strategic. It depends on the purpose and the time in which this recruitment is taking place. In the case of intentional recruitment, we will see a lot of internal adverts wherein officers already in the service may be asked to move to a newly created cadre that is deliberately set up to meet a certain purpose. For instance, some years back, officers were recruited into the safety corps cadre. Officers were also recruited into the which cadre again? I can't remember now. But intentionally, the service will create an opening window for certain officers to move into another cadre that has been created or that has been noticed that there is a dearth of officer in that cadre and we need to populate that cadre. In that instance, what we have is not direct employment. It is called hello, are you with me? Am I still online?
Yes, sir.
Hello? I'm
Yes,
still
sir.
online.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you. Okay. We also have another one that is called targeted employment. That targeted employment is for a purpose too, because government does not place adverts if there is no reason for it. It has been observed that the rate at which senior officers retire or leave the service is on the high side, and the service needs the services of younger officers, young graduates who are technologically savvy. So what do? They go out to meet that target, that this is what we are recruiting for. And we also have recruitment based on strategy. Strategy needs certain qualification. This is very rampant in the health sector and the teaching service sector. The recruitment in those two areas is strategic, that as we go, we replace. As we go, we replace. As we go, we replace, because of the importance of doctors and other allied officers in that area, and because of the importance of teachers in our secondary school. Be that as it may, I would like to just give you a brief synopsis of what is meant by career management. It is a process that plans and shapes the progression of individual within an organization in accordance with the organizational goals, needs, and objectives. You can see where the career progression now comes in. And that is why I said career progression is subsumed under career management. The career progression is the management of officers' career within the organizational needs, objectives, and goals. So what are we saying in essence? In the first instance, if your services are not needed, there's no point for recruiting you. If your services are not needed, there's no point for recruiting you in the service. So your employment is based on the needs of the organization. And how do you now move in that cadre? And that is why we are fond of saying this thing at the point of recruitment. Give me any cadre. I'm not interested in a particular, I just want to enter the service. that is the beginning of your problem in the service. That is where job satisfaction is very difficult to fulfill, because ab initio, you don't have a plan. Your plan is that I just want to enter the service without any purpose. But when you are focused, I have BSc economics, I have BSc accounting, and you have seen somebody who will guide you aright, that with your BSc economics, the appropriate place for you is to go to economic planning. With your BSc accounting or urban and regional planning, you have no business in HR cadre. Your target is to go to finance and accounts, or to go to urban and regional, urban and what do you call it? Ministry of Urban Development. That is where you will be. So the idea of just give me anything, I want to do anything. You can't just do anything in the service. So at the initial stage, you must have a plan. What am I going to do here? And that is where we have problem. I will highlight the problem as we continue in this exercise. Then we talk about the purpose of career management. Career management helps officers to set their goals and assess their career strengths and weaknesses. What am I saying? If as and I've been an HR officer and I'm a member of the CIPM, that means I have a plan. I want to contribute my quota in the development of HR practice in the public sector. So that means that there will be a way to assess the realization of my goal or otherwise. The other point is that it provides information on various career paths and alternative within the system. Career management will give us the variety where this officer can be well useful, your best way in which you can contribute to the development of the service. As we speak, not all HR officers may be good in a particular area. You will have your area of strength and area of weakness. As an accountant, am I good in public accounts? Am I good in reconciliatory accounts? Or where am I good? Your proficiency will be well used in your area of specialization. It also creates room to assist employers and employees in their training needs, because we want to make you a whole, a totality, an embodiment of knowledge. We will create, it gives us the opportunity to identify the career needs where you can be best utilized and the training needs that you need for career progression in the service. It also assists the employees to improve on their performance, because if you are not well trained, they should not blame you. So the constant training is an eye-opener for you in order to give you the opportunity for self-improvement in the career progression. It also assists the employees to improve their performance and gives career options, align workers and their aspiration. By the time you are exposed to various trainings, it improves your performance in the first instance. It also gives you options of various career growth. If I go this area, I can rise. If I go this area, this is where I can rise. And it aligns the worker's aspiration with the organizational goal. It is not left for you to determine what is my organizational goal. Government is talking about creating an enabling environment for the 21st century. I am good in ICT. How can I contribute my quota in assisting government in realizing its dream in this area? That is that. It also involves the employees and the employers. It brings about synergy between the employees and the employer of labor, because if the two of you don't agree, that means you'll be working in cross purposes, and at the end of the day, you may be sent out of the gate. So it brings about synergy of working relationship among both elements. We talk about what are the elements of career management. We have just two again. You have career planning and career paths or career progression. Career planning is the responsibility of the organization. It is the organization that will plan that this is what we want to achieve with the set of people we are recruiting, or with the set of officers we have in the public service. This is our plan for them. Because if the organization don't have plan, of course, there can never be career growth or career progression. The second part is the career progression. I have BSc economics, BSc whatever, and I've been employed as planning officer, a planner, for instance, or I've been employed as an engineer, let me say civil engineer, for instance. And as a civil engineer, all what I've been doing has nothing to do with civil engineering. There is no way I can talk about career path or career growth or career progression if what I am doing, my job schedule, is not in consonance with my certificates. So the employee and the employer have to sit down and work out and match out that is my qualification corresponding to the cadre in which I am being employed. So there must be synergy there. Apart from that, we talk about who are those who support career management in the service. We have three major MDAs whose role cannot be ignored when you talk about career management of officers in the public service. We talk about the Civil Service Commission, whose major responsibility is to manage the career of every employee under the umbrella of the commission. I deliberately chose my words because we have other commissions like the Teaching Service Commission, Health Service Commission, Audit Service Commission, Local Government Service Commission. So the Civil Service Commission is saddled with the responsibility and career management of officers within its purview. Apart from the Civil Service Commission, we have the Public Service Office, who serves as a guide or parents in advising or churning out circulars or government intentions on how its objectives will be achieved. And of course, we also have the Ministry of Establishments and Training, whose responsibility is also meant to monitor career and to advise in career management, which cumulates into career progression of officers in the service. Apart from these three major MDAs, we also have some books that are germane when you talk about career management or career progression of officers in the service. We talk about the public service rules. We talk about the schemes of service. The schemes of service gives you or leverage on the placement of officers in the service. It tells us that somebody who has this degree This is where it's supposed to work. Somebody who has spent so number of years post-qualification experience, this is what you are supposed to do for that person. So the schemes of service guide in the placement of officers in the service. The PSR, that is the public service rule, is also a guide, a Bible or a Quran of your journey from the beginning to the end of your career in the service. It talks about how you are being recruited. It talks about your levels. It talks about your salary. It talks about rules and regulations of the service, that is this discipline. It talks about condition of services. It talks about the benefit you are to derive from the service. It talks about a lot of things about how you are expected to live your life in the service. We also have the extant rules. The extant rules is an offshoot of government order, executive order of the government. And we also have the circulars, which every one of us is familiar with. And without missing words, our SPADEF also play a major role in our career progression in the service. I also want to talk about, I also like to talk about conversion, advancements, as stated in the topic given. But before I talk about conversion, let me talk about advancements in the service. Like I said, that the schemes of service guides us in the placement of public officers. Where do you place this person? For instance, somebody with LLB, BL, before it used to be level 8. Then after 2 years, that is when the officer appointment will be confirmed, it will be confirmed and advanced. Also, it moves away from 8, it moves to 9, that the entry point will be 9, and after 2 years, it will be advanced, confirmed and advanced to 10. That is how the career moves as a legal officer or a state counsel in the public service. Admin and HR officer, it started with level 8 flats, and from level 8 you move, after 2 years your confirmation, you wait for the 3rd year for your next promotion. But later it was changed that you start from level 8. After 2 years you will be confirmed and you will be statutorily advanced. We also talk about procurement officers. We talked about engineers whose entry point was 8 before, but was moved to 9. We talked about some cadres like that, that this is how we advance in those cadres. But we have issues, or we need to stress the point that advancement can be of 2 categories. We have advancements as a result of statutory advancement. We have advancement as a result of additional qualification. This is well buttressed in chapter 2 of the PSR, chapter 2, section 5, subsection 2 or subsection 3. It says that we have talked about the statutory. The statutory is that after your confirmation, you will be advanced statutorily to the next grade level. But for advancement as a result of additional qualification, it states categorically that if you have certain professional qualifications as approved by the service, you will be advanced from whatever level. If you are not up to level 10, mark my word, if you are not on level 10, you'll be advanced to level 10. For instance, if you have your ICANN and you are on level 8 or level 9, you'll be advanced with your ICANN or ANAN to level 10. If you are an engineer and you are not a certified engineer and you are still between level 8 and level 9, immediately you have your current, you will be advanced to level 10. We also have other professional bodies or cadres like that gives you advancement. There was a question recently before I left the service that can an officer have or benefit or enjoy two advancements within his or her career in service? And I said yes, that an officer can have more than one advancement in his or her career life. And I shed light. I said, if as a level 8 officer, that is for the officer's cadre now, I joined the service and there is automatic advancement for me or statutory advancement. Don't let me say automatic. There is statutory advancement for me that after my confirmation, I'll be advanced from 8 to 9 automatically. And I will spend another 3 years on level 9 before I go to 10. And within that 3 years, when I'm on 9, I have qualified as a chartered accountant or a chartered engineer with my current. And I am not yet due for level 10. I can still present my current or my ICANN for advancement as a result of additional qualification. It has to be strategic, like I said earlier, and it has to be individualistic, your plan, your strategy in service. So, and I said it is possible. So that is why that one can be achieved. And I also talked about conversion. Conversion is also strategic, highly strategic. Strategic in the sense that prior to 2016 circular on conversion in the service since 2000, since circulars 2000, there was a circular of 2002 signed by Mrs. Afinowi. You will be stepped down if you are not up to grade level 10. You will move, you won't be stepped down. But the moment you are on 12, you will be stepped down to 10 before you can advance again. Let me explain further. It says that if you are between levels 8 to 10, you can move forward. You won't be stepped down. But the moment you are on level 12, before you attain or you obtain your professional certification, you'll be stepped down. That was the rule of the day then. But by December 2019, the game changed. Oh, sorry, by 2016, March 2016, the game changed. And it's changed that, and the change we had then was that it should be lateral conversion. There must be no step down. Even to the extent that even if I am due for promotion this year and I obtain my certification this year, I will be converted to the next grade level without prejudice to my notional dates. That was the rule from 2016, March 2016, till December 2019, when the rule was changed again. The rule was changed because of some defects. It was discovered that it promotes it promotes mediocrity, it promotes inefficiency, and it brought about dissatisfaction among diligent officers in the office. That was the era where we will see officers who are not competent in a particular field, but because they have been converted into that field and they have not learnt their rope and they have attained the seniority cadre, maybe on level 12, and since its lateral conversion, we even see officers converting on level 14, chief officer. And you will see a chief admin and HR, for instance, who does not know much about HR practice in the service, presiding over a meeting. What do you expect from that officer? Of course, there will be problem. There will be dissentment among the subordinate officers who have been learning the rope from level 8, level 9, level 10, level 12. And here comes a level 14 officer who is coming from another cadre. And because by virtue of whatever is converted to level 14, admin and HR, there will be crisis. So because of the shortfalls or shortcomings of this policy, a new policy came into being in December 2019. That new policy says you will be converted laterally, but you have to mature on that grade level before your next promotion. A lot of us have misinterpreted this rule, and even up to today, a lot of people still believe that the rule is unfair to them. And I often tell them before I left the service that you have forgotten the fact that the rule says you are being converted laterally, and that your lateral conversion will simply means that you have moved from the executive cadre. Please let us take note. You are moving from the executive cadre. I don't want to use sub cadre, but permit me to use from the sub cadre to officers cadre. They are two different things. As a sub cadre, you cannot lead, you cannot preside, even if you are on level 14. And we have a level 8 officer. That level 8 officer is your senior if you are an executive officer. But it's not giving you that leverage that you are now moving from that. You are dumping the toga of an executive, and you are now a proud owner of officer. And he's saying that your career starts running with the effective date of that your new designation. You start moving from that level. And your movement means that you have to spend the mandatory number of years before you can be promoted on that cadre. And so people will come and say, Mr. Yusuf, I spent 6 good years as a level 14 officer. The service is unfair to me. And I'll say, you are getting it wrong. You spent 3 years as a level 14 officer, executive. And when you converted, you now spend another 3 years, mandatory 3 years, as a level 14 officer. So there are two different ball games. And when he start pointing out the injustice, and I'll tell the officer, that is not injustice. Immediately you join the service, you have been informed about the rules, that if you want to move, this is how you will move. If you want to move from executive to officer's cadre, this is how you will move. You must obtain additional qualification, and you must do this and do that. What are you looking for? Or what stops you? Or why did you wait until when you had your bar before you now go back to school. Is that the fault of the system? It's your fault. So you can't blame the system for your inadequacy. So don't tell me the service is unfair to you. It's a part you chose deliberately, not the service. We also have what we call redesignation. Like I said earlier, that in the intentional recruitment, it is the government, the state government, that can redesignate officer. The government has a window period when they are looking for special officers, creating new cadre, that we want so officers who have the following qualification. If they are interested to move to this cadre, that is, government is redesignating you to another cadre. There is this problem on that too. It is only government that can redesignate you. You cannot apply individually for redesignation because it creates a problem. At what level or at what point are you redesignating? You are telling us that your appointment ab initio at the point of entry is faulty. I have seen cases of officers who were employed. I had 2 officers that, like that. They were employed BSc Economics, and they were employed as insurance officer. They are in the Ministry of Finance or Office of Finance there. And they said they read economics. They are already on level 13 or 14, and they want to redesignate. I said, where are you going? They said they want to redesignate to planning officer. I said, if you want to redesignate to planning officer, at what level, please? Okay, it should be a lateral redesignation. I said, is there anything called lateral redesignation? I don't see it there. Are you telling me that after spending about 15 years as an insurance officer, and you've seen that is no longer exciting to you or challenging, you now want to move because you have BSc Economics to planning officer? What do you know they are doing in planning as a planning officer? What exactly? It doesn't matter. I will get to know later. I said, it's not possible. They were not happy. And I said, well, you can take your case to higher level. And when they went to higher level, I was called again. And I said, they have been to me and I've told them it's not possible. And they said, why is it not possible? I said, you have been an insurance officer and you have gotten to the position of chief insurance officer in the service. And after seeing it all at that level, you now say you want to be redesignated to planning officer. And they now said their employment was faulty at the initial stage because the service knew that they did not read insurance before they were giving insurance cadre. And I brought their file. And I saw the clause that says that on attaining level 10, the officer must have been certified as an insurer before they can move to 12. And I said, what happens to this clause? Say, we are not interested. I said, you should have sought for redesignation before you get to level 12. And I discovered that they wanted to use that rule when they are on 14, that they cannot be promoted to 15 except they have a certificate in insurance. So that is why they wanted to run to economic planning as a planning officer. And I said, redesignation is not at the instance of individual, but at the instance of the government. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform you that career paths has a lot to do with individual. It is you as an employee of the state government that will determine how you will rise in the service. And that is why when we see some of our friends who are sharp and fast in their thinking, we try to label them and give them all sorts of names. There are various ways. We also have special advancements. That makes it 3 types of advancements. I have talked about statutory advancement. I have talked about advancement as a result of additional qualification. The third one, advancement, is special advancement. The special advancement is at the instance of Mr. Governor. It is only Mr. Governor that can give you special advancement. Mr. Governor, in his wisdom, if you have impressed the service, I'm not saying impress Mr. Governor, you have impressed the service, you have done something that is so unique and you need to be rewarded. Mr. Governor can say you should be moved from one level to another level. A case in hand, when during the talent hunt of year 2021, an officer in the economic planning, I was not at the auditorium then, but I was informed that that officer did something extraordinary. And on that instance, Mr. Governor said the officer should be promoted to the next grade level. Unfortunately, that officer is due for promotion that year. And the issue is, will you be given your immediate grade level, or will you be given a double promotion? The officer was on level 9, due for level 10 that same year. And the governor made a pronouncement that the officer should be promoted to the next level. When there were pressures that commission should give that officer, should give him his letter now, the PS called me, Mr. Yusuf, why you want to deny the officer? I said, we need a letter from Mr. Governor. They approached the head of service the then head of service. Eventually, a letter came up. And I said, Mr. Governor said the officer should be promoted to the next grade level. And I said, if you are promoted to the next grade level, you are being shortchanged. Wait for your promotion for that year. You'll be promoted to 10. If you collect your level 10 promotion letter, present Mr. Governor's letter, you will be advanced because it's a special advancement to the next grade level. This will prevent unnecessary bottleneck at your point of exit or exiting the service, because they will ask for your promotion letters. Why did you skip level 10 and you are giving level 12? Mr. Governor did not say you should be giving double promotion. Mr. Governor said you should be promoted to the next grade level. And your next grade level, you are already due for it. Will we now give you level 12 without giving you level 10? And the matter was resolved. And with a better understanding from the officer that we are not trying to outsmart him. I want to tell us that through special advancements, if you have proven yourself of worthy of giving special advancement, you can also rise. Your career can move speedily on that cadre, on that part too. So apart from having additional qualification, apart from statutory advancements, apart from what have you again, advancement as a result of additional qualification and special advancement, you can jolly well rise in the service. Like I said earlier, the issue of conversion, that it has to be strategic. What I mean is that I have acquired additional qualification in year 2025 now, and I have applied for conversion.
Hello, sir. Are you with us, sir? Can't hear you, sir.
If
Unmute yourself, sir.
hello,
Okay,
am
sir.
I
We
in
can hear
now?
you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm rounding up. I'm
All right, sir.
rounding up. It's a sign of warning to me. I'm rounding up. Yes. What I'm saying is that you have to be strategic when you are going for conversion. You can't go for conversion in the year you are due for promotion. It will affect you. It will affect you. That is what I'm saying. In conclusion, I want to talk about the challenges before I conclude. What are the challenges of career progression in the service? We have unmet career advancement opportunity. What do I mean by unmet career advancement opportunities? You will agree with me that there are some years that the service was not doing career advancement opportunities. Conversion was not that rampant. They will say conversion is done once in a year. And it's not commissions doing, no. It is individual doing, ministry doing. I once worked in a ministry that says that they won't treat conversion more than once in a year. And I said, where did you see that rule? Show me where it is written that conversion should be done once in a year. Conversion can be done twice at least in a year, because it has to be planned too. If my notional date is 1st January, that means I can do my conversion between July and December that year before my 1st January notional dates, because the rule says that I cannot have two career movements. So I have stylishly beaten that rule. Likewise, if my notional date is 1st July, then that means before 1st July, I can do my conversion between January and January and December, January and June, before my notional dates. And so we have to plan. So that is what I meant by unmet career advancement opportunities. We also have unleveraged technology. If we don't have the technology in the service, for instance, the service is not progressing. On my cadre, I have seen people in commerce and industry approaching me that, excuse me, sir, we are tired of this you manage yourself in the career in that cadre that will determine whether it's challenging or not. If you are not looking forward,
Can't hear you again, sir. Unmute yourself, sir. Unmute yourself, sir. Hello, sir. Unmute yourself, sir. Think it's network. Then connection lost. Hello, sir. Are you still with us, sir? Mute yourself. Hello, sir. Are you still here? Okay. Okay, now, this is the rules on the question and answer. Let your question be brief, no story.
then
Let it be brief because of time. Please, raise your hand up. I will call one after the other. Before that, I have question to ask Oga too.
I'm with you, sir.
So okay, sir. I will share this question so that everybody can see it. Okay, sir. Sir, I think you can see my slide, sir.
Yes, I can see your slide.
Okay, sir. Yeah, the question is like case study that someone draw my attention to, and I said this is opportunity for me to share it here. Adebayo,
Okay, let me read it,
stop. Adebayo, stop writing on the screen, otherwise I will remove you. We are in an important session now.
What should be done?
So, sir, someone came to me.
One of the participants. I'm with you.
Okay, someone came to me and said, Mr. Jami, that last year during the 2025
this year.
Yeah, this year, sir, on the RSTP job specific conducted by the commission. So one of the participants, an officer on grade level 13, experienced unexpected network disruption during the test. So the officer was automatically logged out of the virtual platform and could not rejoin until like 30 minutes later, like something that happened now. So after final rejoining, the system allowed him to continue, and he assumed his participation remained. He assumed his participation remained valid. But surprise to him, when they are issued the promotion letter out, his own read failed that he has to advise to take.
Maori, Motika, okay. Let us talk about it.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So, okay, sir.
Let me answer the question.
Okay, sir.
What should be done? Promotion, examination, and network disruption. What should be done? Thank you, sir. Hello?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
What should be done? Where there is no law, there is no offense. That means before the promotion exercise, commission will reel out the do's and don'ts of that promotion year. That these are the do's, these are the don'ts. If you contravene the don'ts, this is the offense. Commission gave specific warning that during just specific training section, it is advisable that participants should come to PSSDC in order to avoid network failure. It was clearly stated, Ojami.
Okay, sir.
Except if you are 100% sure, and nobody is 100% sure. Look at what network has given us today or this evening. Since morning, let me tell you problem. All of a sudden, my charging point did not charge again on my laptop. Until no.
Okay, sir. Hello, sir. Okay. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Tún gbọ́ yín mọ́, sir. Hello, sir.
Oh shit. Hello? Hello? Can I continue?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. If within 3 years I receive commendation letter from my ministry, and before the 4th year, my PS decide to write for special advancement for me, I must justify it. That means I have justified the letter. When you say your peer, I need 4 o'clock officer, Ojami. I won't come to work. Ask them what are they doing in the office. Some don't do anything, no. And you are saying your peer. You pay it, you earn promotion. That is why we say promotion is not dashed. You must earn it. What is your contribution towards the development of your unit, your department, or your ministry? Ìwọ fúnra rẹ ò lè beat the chest here. And that is why we say, don't say your peers. When you talk about your peers, your colleagues, your mates, your contemporaries, are you doing the same thing? Gbogbo wa la mọ̀ pé gbogbo akọ́là ń ṣiṣẹ́ service o. Just few of us ló ń ṣiṣẹ́ o. So àwọn few tó lè ń ṣiṣẹ́ tó ń recognize wọn, you can't say they are your peers o. The first thing I want you to understand is promotion is not automatic. You earn promotion. Thank you. The next question.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The next question.
Okay, sir. Oluwakemi, unmute yourself. Oluwakemi. Is Oluwakemi there?
I'm there. I'm with you, sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay. Good evening. From which ministry?
Yes,
Ma?
Ministry of Special Duties.
Okay, go ahead. Brief, quick one.
So, thank you for the insightful session, sir. So my question is, I applied for redesignation. There was a circular that was passed in 2023. So I applied for the redesignation and I followed through all the processes, and my letter was sent to my agency, which is LNSA, Lagos State Safety Agency. So at the end of the day, I was not released. I tried all my possible best. I went back to Civil Service Commission, and they told me I should go back to my agency. But all my efforts proved abortive. So have really been disturbed, because I believe nothing should prevent one from advancing in our career, like you have said.
Are you true?
I applied for redesignation to Safety Commission allow, sir.
Don't worry, I've heard you. I've heard you. Don't let us repeat it.
Yes, sir.
I've heard you. Let me answer it, please.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
When you applied for redesignation, your parent ministry will forward that letter to the agency that requires your service. Was that done? If that was done,
Yes,
let
it
me
was done, sir.
continue. Don't reply me. Let me just talk. If that one was done, you were shortlisted and eventually you were selected among those that will be redesignated. If that is the case, why didn't your ministry release you? When they know you as that important, they shouldn't have allowed you to go for the screening exercise at the Safety Commission. They should have declined your request at the initial stage. And moreover, they don't have the right to decline because your career path is your choice. It's your choice. If you tell them you don't want, let me give you an example. There was someone in fire safety. That woman, within 4 years, she became a chartered accountant, not Anna, no, chartered accountants. He wrote for conversion. He did everything. And when commission now converted the officer, fire service, special duties to why no, what's up, they can't release that person. You may ask, I don't want to mention the woman's name. And I went to the PS, Mr. Nofeko, and I said, you can't hold anybody from career progression, sir. He said, what do I mean? I said, it is under your nose that this woman applied for conversion. It is under your nose that SEO did conversion for her, and a representative of your ministry was at the conversion PMB, and this woman now succeeded. You are now saying you won't release. He said, no, we don't have enough fire officers. I said, excuse me, sir, let us situate ourselves in this woman's condition. You have the opportunity to join World Bank or CBN, and the service is saying they won't release you. Will they pay you the salary or the benefits CBN or World Bank will give you? You will go automatically. And the essence of conversion or career progression is to give officers the opportunity to move at will for their career, for them to have a career fulfillment in the service. Do you get my point? The PS now said he will release the officer for my sake. I said, don't release her for my sake, sir. Release her on her merits. Because I don't know the officer. I just happen to develop interest. There's someone who must have gone through all the stress and we want to deny her. She won't have any job satisfaction. Let me cut the story short. This woman was released. What I want you to do is that go to commission. Ask the PS Civil Service Commission to interface between you and your PS. They should release you, because how will you have job satisfaction when you are being denied your career growth? That is it, sir. Thank you, ma.
Okay, thank you, sir. So I
You
will
are
be
welcome.
picking from Ant and to chat box. So now this one is Okoli Olufunke. Said, can you explain without prejudice to notional date, sir, according to your explanation of the circular on conversion in 2016 to 2019. 2. Why will commission sitting date now supersede the circular after the officer has been issued a conversion letter that read January 1st? And
What
she
year?
earned
January 1st, what year?
no year here.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
she
Kofi,
didn't
yes,
mention
now.
here. But as maybe, okay, if you look at first question, he said, can you explain without prejudice to notional date, sir, according to your explanation of the
That one
circular on
does not,
conversion?
let me quickly explain that one. That one does
Okay.
no longer take effect. Without prejudice was in March 2016. By December 2019, we are forgotten without prejudice. We don't use without prejudice again. So I cannot explain what does not take effect again now. But for explanation's sake, without prejudice means that without any bias to the date the officer will be due for the next promotion. That is it.
Okay, maybe Mrs. Sokoli, if you can still resend the year to back up your
It should
question.
send the year.
But okay, I think
Whatever we do, I'm
go
with you,
ahead,
sir.
sir. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead,
Whatever
sir.
we do in commission should be based on time, and that time should involve the month and the year, because circulars are issued on month and year, and circulars are not retrospective, does not take retrospective effects. It takes immediate effects. So that is all I want to clarify. Thank you.
Okay, maybe I should finish the second line.
Okay, sir.
Okay. She said, why will commission sitting date now supersede the circular after the officer has been issued a conversion letter that read 1st of January? Now she now proceed that yes, she now
Olùmọ̀ṣẹ́ bèrè
proceed
pé
that
1st January what?
one
Ṣé
any
1st
of the years.
January year yẹn ṣe pàtàkì?
Okay. And she said, and she earned 2 promotion that read 1st January only to be told it was an error, that our national date is now 1st July, not January again.
Let me explain that, sir. If you do conversion, tó bá ṣe conversion, tó lè ti ń gba 1st January before your conversion, automatically your date of your national date will change.
Okay.
Because kò lè jẹ́ January yẹn náà ló tún máa retain. Ó depend lé ìgbà tó bá ṣe conversion tó bá bọ́ sí. So in most cases, lọ check anybody that did conversion, his national date must change.
Okay, sir. She said
Although there are exceptions.
She said
So
2018.
sir,
She said 2018.
January 2018.
Yes, sir.
Tó bá jẹ́ 2018, ṣó wà pé circular 2019 ò tí ì jáde. December 2019 ni letter jáde náà. So without prejudice, a ṣì ń lò ó dáadáa. And national date yẹ ó máa supersede ti commission. Nítorí governor ló give order. Ó dẹ̀ sọ pé without prejudice to the national date. Òun ni mo ṣe sọ wípé Jamiu tó bá gba advancement ní kíláwà yìí October làwà tó bá gba advancement ní èní yìí tó dẹ̀ due fún promotion ní next year, wàá ṣe promotion ẹ if we are still following 2016 circular, wàá gba promotion ẹ. Òun ló jẹ́ pé without prejudice to your national dates.
Okay, sir.
So ó possible kó gba conversion ní 2025 kó di 2026 January kó gba promotion letter. Láàárín 3 months o lè gba méjèèjì pọ̀. Nígbà yẹn ni o, òun ni mo ti sọ pé mi ìfẹ́ máa refer sí law tí ó exist mọ́. Nígbà yẹn ni o.
Nígbà yẹn.
But láti 2019 ó ti yàtọ̀.
Okay, sir. So, Engineer Dayo, unmute yourself. Engineer Dayo. Engineer Dayo, okay. Mudashiru Monsurat.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma.
Yes, sir. My name is Mudashiru Monsurat from Mushin Local Government. I want to make an inquiry, sir, that I realized that for being an HR cadre, if we have CIPM be it at the point of entry into the service or in the course of the service, it's really self-development, unlike the finance department that they have their ANAN and their ICANN, they will be given level 10 automatically, be it at the point of entry. That is there anything Lagos State is doing to help with the admin so that when we have something like SILPAN, CIPM, SOPAN with our BSc, we can also be at same
They are working
level?
towards that. They are working towards that, Monsurat.
Okay, sir.
The service has realized the fact that admin and HR are being shortchanged by that. So they are trying to harmonize CIPM and which other professional HR professional body are they going to harmonize for advancement. And I'm sure before mid of next year, they will have come out with a clear picture on that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Kehinde Ibrahim.
You're welcome.
Okay, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good
Mr. Kennedy, good evening for all the knowledge you've
I am
imparted.
Mr. Yusuf. I'm not Mr. Kehinde.
Sorry,
Mr.
Mr.
Yusuf.
Ẹ mọ̀ pé Kẹ́hìndé lèmi náà, so mo mọ̀ pé Kẹ́hìndé
Okay.
lẹ́yìn náà.
Which ministry are you from, sir?
Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology.
Okay, sir.
Mr.
Okay, you are
Yusuf,
welcome, my sake.
Mr. Yusuf, tẹ bá rántí mi, a jọ ṣe lecture ní
Àjọṣe
basic
promotion.
education. No, a jọ ṣe lecture ní basic education ní training center wọn couple of weeks ago ní what was it
Okay,
called?
okay. I
Yeah.
remember.
Anyway,
I remember.
so is the data protection person. Anyway, I just wanted to add my 2 cents on what has been going on. You know, there was a question Telecom Bere, ó ní òun ṣe I mean, he tried to join an exam online and he couldn't get through. And at the end of the day, well, you know, it was marked against it. So I just wanted to just tell everyone or let them enlighten everyone. So there's a Data Protection Act that's been put in place by the federal government. You know, so with the Data Protection Act, everybody, if you're a data subject, right, which all of us are as civil servants, right, we have rights as we have data subject rights, right? So if you feel that there's any bias towards your promotion, either by the fact that you are not able to join an online meeting, or maybe your director is prejudiced against you, there's a Data Protection Act that actually allows you to contest any decision that has been made against you. So yeah, you feel like you've done very well in an exam and the result comes out and you feel you have failed. As a data subject, you have a right to petition the body in charge of promotions, which I believe is the Civil Service Commission, and ask them that you want to see all the whatever that has been put up with them regards your promotion. You have a right to contest it. That is your right as a data subject, right? So nobody can just say that you failed an exam, right, anymore. You can actually come out as a data subject and say that, you know what, okay, yeah, you said I failed an exam, but I want to see what information have been provided to you for that says that I failed that exam. I mean, you have that right to contest. It's a right under under the Data Protection Act, which is a federal act, which is in the Constitution. So I'm just trying to, I mean, it's just this is part of learning. So I just want civil servants to know that they are data subjects under the Lagos State government. And according to the Data Protection Act of 2023, they have the rights. So if anybody feel like they have not been done justice according to promotion wise, you have a right to contest it. right? So that is just my 2 cents. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you for the information, my brother, my sake. Let me
Yes,
add to it. Even before the Data Protection Act by the federal government, since 2015, since 1st January 2015, if you check the PSR, chapter 16 of the PSR talks about right of appeal.
Yes, sir.
Do you get my point? Everybody has
Yes,
the
sir.
right to appeal, but you must come up with incontrovertible evidence to buttress your appeal.
Exactly, sir.
Appeal will
Exactly,
not be
sir.
treated if it's anonymous.
Exactly.
Appeal will not be treated if it's not signed. So all what you need to do is prepare your facts and make it tight so that nobody will be able to fault it. Thank you.
Sir. Thank you very much, sir.
You are welcome, brother. Thanks.
Sir.
You are welcome, sir.
Okay. Sholanke Abiola. Sholanke Abiola, unmute yourself. Sholanke Abiola, are you there? Okay, let me go straight to chat box.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening.
Yes, sir. Sholanke Abiola on the line, sir.
Okay, quick one.
Good evening, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, I joined the service in the year 1996. Then my career I rose to level 7 in 2003. So since then, I decided to reach the peak of my career. So I went for additional qualification at LASU, and I finished in the year 2011. But unfortunately, we were having issue with releasing of certificates from LASU until the intervention of the third HE then. So in the year 2020, 2012. So at the time they were releasing the certificates to us, they released it in year 2018, but the certificate was now dated 2012, which was the time they ought to have given us the certificates, if not for the task force that was set up at that period. So I tendered my certificate. Then I've already spent like more than 13 years on one level, on my level 7 there. So tendering the certificate at the Civil Service Commission, they said they can't use the dates that I have on the certificate, that the date that the certificate was given to me, which is 28, that they are going to make use of. And I wrote a letter of a career progression on compassionate grounds.
Please, what's your question? Because of time.
Okay, sorry, sir. My question is that I was not given the opportunity to have what I wanted. So I don't know if there is still anything can still be done on that, sir.
Thank you. Let me quickly answer you. In the first instance, LASU not releasing your results, is it Commission's fault? Of course, it's not Commission's fault now. It is just unfortunate. I empathize with you. It is unfortunate. You find yourself where you are. What should have worked for you is that you were level 7 and you are doing job specification of level 7. Then, if your certificate that you completed in 2012 had been issued and you are working with that certificate, if you look at the schemes of service, it says if someone has spent 3 or 4 years post-qualification, he should be given level 9. If he has spent 6 years, he should be given level 10. That is what we call cognate experience. You don't have that cognate experience now. So that is why you were not given. I'm so sorry. I empathize with you. But at times, some situation will be beyond one's control. Sorry about that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will just take 3 more hands, then 2 more on the chat box. Vida Rose said, my question is, how can I grow or benefit if I have master before employment in year 2020, level 8, now going to level 10? Can I use my master to any benefit? So, from Ministry of Education.
Well, the truth of the matter is that if you have your master degree at the point of entry, you are supposed to be given level 9. But the truth of the matter again is that it depends on the dispensation approved by Mr. Governor. Let me give you an example. We want to employ 100 staff, and the 100 is divided between levels 8, 9, and 10. We said we want to employ level 10, let's say 20, level 9, 40, that is 60, and level 8, 40. But that level 9, we have about 60 or 80 people that qualified. We cannot employ all the 80 because you can't go beyond the approval of Mr. Governor. So it is what is approved that you will employ. Others, you just have to be locked to man come in here. So if at the point of entry you have your masters and it was not used for you, there's nothing I can do. Lock ni gbogbo nǹkan. Column for alone, lock ni. That is it. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Engineer Dayo said, sir, as a civil engineer staff on grade level 10, can I advance to level 12 with now having current, since entry level for civil engineer cadre is now level 9, not 8?
Ó ti di 9 now. Time wo ló ní current yẹn? Tó bá ti wà ní 10 nígbà tó ní current yẹn. Ó dẹ̀ ti wà ní 10, ó dẹ̀ ti wà ní 10 nígbà tó ní current yẹn. Current entry point of current is 10. Tún lè fún ní 10 míì mọ́nà. So kò lè gba 12. Ó máa move lọ gradually náà ni. Advantage tó ní ni wípé tó bá dé with that current, ó lè di 17. With that current, máa gbọ́ with current, ó lè di 17, which is the bar of all cadres. That is the highest everybody lè dé. But with that current, ó lè kọjá 14. So it's rest assured that òun lè di 17, unlike ẹni tí ò ní current. Advantage tó kọ̀ wá ń bẹ̀ nìyẹn. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. So last question on the chat box. So people that raise your hand, I'm still coming. Rahima Busari, my question is, an officer applied for conversion from education to account cadre, that is finance and account, in grade level 16. He obtained his conversion but also got promotion to 17 on education cadre. While moving to account cadre, he forfeited his new promotion to 17. I don't understand whether that one is question or...
I saw there are a lot of ambiguities there. Number one, you can't convert on level 15 to 16. It's not possible. So fellow jọ̀gá àwọn tó ti queue tó wà lókè bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. You are coming from education, so to practice accounting. Oh, get me nísìn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni sir.
So it's not possible. N tó sọ yẹn, ó kàn jọ story ni.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni sir. Mariam Fasoya, unmute yourself. You have the floor. Mariam Fasoya.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for your contribution, sir. So please, my question is, I'm working with Ministry of Education, TESCOM, sir. But When I came in through districts into to district level, I came in as an education officer because my degree is in education, sir. But I have a professional exam that is in ICANN before I came in. So I was trying to get job to enter through Ministry of Finance, but unfortunately for me, I could not. But I came in through education. So I'm trying to make a transfer, maybe to other ministries, so that I can tender my ICANN certificate and make use of it. But people are now telling me that I can't make use of it because I have done that before I gained employment to Lagos State. That my certificate, I will not be able to make use of it with Lagos State government. That's
Very interesting story. Those who advise you are not far from the truth. In the first instance, any additional qualification that was not presented at the point of entry is assumed as it does not exist. Can I repeat myself? Any additional qualification you possess at the point of entry and you did not present it is as good as that certificate does not exist. Let me give you an example. Jamil, you remember that you have some officers who have degree and were employed as clerical officer, night watchman,
yes.
clinical night guard, clinical.
Watch
Because
guard.
because they have obtained that certificate, that degree before the point of entry, and they could not use it, that certificate was rendered invalid, except they seek fresh employment. That is what the law says. What level are you, madam?
I'm going to level 13
You are going to level 13
next year.
next year. The truth of the matter is, if there is vacancy for employment, apply for employment. And if you can tender it that you have garnered experience, you've worked as an audit firm for some years, they can use your years of experience and give you fresh employment. But you can't use that certificate again. Thank you.
Okay, sir. I think she has two questions, sir.
Okay, what's the second one?
Yeah, she's trying to say that she want to transfer to mainstream. Can that possible? And can she still use that certificate if she transfer to mainstream?
Oh, no need. When you are transferring, don't forget that they will bring your record of service from where you are coming from. And it will still reflect that you have been employed prior, you have obtained that certificate prior your employment. You don't get me, Jamil?
Yes, sir.
Certificate is to me, ó sì máa rí ìdí wípé ó ti qualify as a chartered accountant before she was employed.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Because wọ́n máa gbé record of service ẹ̀ wá láti education district or suburb to the ministry ni. So wọ́n dẹ̀ máa wo record ẹ̀, wọ́n dẹ̀ sì máa so tán bá ti lọ rí pé obìnrin ti ní certificate yìí kó tó wọṣẹ́ rárá. So the best she can have is to seek for fresh employment. She has advantage.
Correct.
She has qualified for over 5 or 10 years. Actually, the fellow papa. So she can leverage on that fellowship, and if she can provide evidence that she has worked as audit as a chartered accountant for that period, they can give her 12 or 13.
Thank you, sir.
You are welcome, sir.
Hakeem Henry.
Okay, sir. Hello, sir. Yeah.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening.
Evening.
From which
My
ministry?
name is I'm from Lagos State Primary Healthcare Board, sir. District 5.
Go ahead.
Sir, I initially I got employment as a personnel officer, and I got to chief clerical officer level 7, and I already have I went on a course in Lagos State College of Health as medical lab technician, which I did my conversion after 10 years that I've been on level 7. I did my conversion. That was 2000 or 2017. So on my file, there was an indication that I'd stayed too long on level 7 for like 9-10 years. So then I was asked to apply for regularization of appointment, which I did some 4-5 years ago. But unfortunately, up till now, nothing was done. I reapplied up to like 3-4 times. All my documents are with me, but up till now, the advancement was not done. So I was just going for my promotion. And I don't know what
Okay.
to do.
Okay.
nǹkan méjì ló sọ, ó sọ̀rọ̀ regularization, ó sọ̀rọ̀ conversion. We don't do regular.
I've done the conversion already. Initially, I applied for conversion and upgrading. So they now say it's only lateral conversion that can be done, which that one was done for me. So they now indicated that I should apply for regularization of appointment because I've stayed a long years in level 7.
We don't do regularization of appointments again.
Okay, sir.
Let me explain to you why we don't do regularization. Your stagnation on grade level 7 for many years, whose fault is it? Is it the fault of the service? Hello? Hello, Hakeem.
Hakeem, unmute yourself.
Your stagnation on a particular grade level for over 10 years, whose fault it is? Is it the fault of the service or your fault?
Sir, I partially because I'd been applying.
Partially, who sending to JB? My dodge responsibility here. Whose fault?
Okay, let me say it's my fault, sir.
Bye-bye.
But I know
Next
I've applied.
question.
It was my first time of applying for conversion.
Next
It was the first time.
question. Let me explain to you, Hakeem. Let me explain to you. You cannot blame the service for your inadequacy. Anybody that informed you that you can do regularization is being economical with the truth. Because what they will ask is that who caused the delay? If it is the service, if it is a forwarder, the commission or the service cannot be held responsible for your inaction. That is it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Rahima Busari.
All right, sir. Good evening, sir. I was going to ask the earlier question, but you didn't get the question. It's a real life situation. I didn't make it up. There was an education officer, grade level 16. He applied for conversion to accounts cadre. So fortunately for him, he got the conversion to accounts cadre. But that same year, he also did promotion to level 17 on the education cadre. As he forfeited the promotion on 7, can he also be given 17 on the accounts cadre? But meanwhile, he has worked in the accounts department, while in education. So that's my question. It's a real life situation.
Thank you, Mrs. Rahima Busari. The truth of the matter, we don't convert on level 15, 16, 17 at the directorate cadre. Me, wale saw ìgbà tẹ́mi ti kúrò service bóyá wọ́n ń ṣe o. But before I left the service in April this year, you cannot convert. And I know, Jamiu, ṣé Mrs. Sobawale ló ṣì wà ní D&HR wọn ní STO?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Sobawale tèmi mọ̀ dáadáa, kò ní present ẹni tó wà level 15, 16 ní Ministry of Education fún conversion sí finance and accounts. Ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní accounts department. My dear sister, bá a ṣe 20 years kó máa assist the doctor, does that make you a doctor? Bá a lo 20 years ní Ministry of Justice kó dẹ̀ jẹ́ admin officer, does that make you a lawyer? It doesn't, my sister. Because designation does not read an accountant, a finance and account officer. Is reading education. So anything to bá ń ṣe ní finance and account officer, tí designation ni ò dẹ̀ bí a finance and account officer, you are wasting your time. I am telling you what the law is. So, ó lè jẹ́ ńgbà tèmi ti wá kúrò, ṣọ́bọ̀ wálé ti wá rọ̀ o, but I am telling you the truth. Thank you, ma.
Thank you, sir. Engineer Dayo. Engineer Dayo. Okay. Let's call it a day because we are still going to office tomorrow, and so that we can allow Oga to rest. But before that,
allow the retiree to rest.
To rest. Let me check our member on YouTube. If they have any question, I need to pick one or two. Okay. Olushola Adegboyega on YouTube. He said, "Good day, sir. Kindly see to the message sent by Ismail Abubakar Adegboyega. I was also given letter of conversion in 2022, November, dated 2025 for promotion and was later withdrawn. And the promotion now." I didn't get your full message. Okay, do you understand that?
I do, sir. Let me explain.
Okay, sir.
What happened? I want us to remember that those who work in the commission are also human beings. And most of us are always economical with the truth. At times, some of us will have applied for conversion. The year you are due for promotion. Commission cannot capture everything at once. So commission will have made that mistake, giving you conversion letter and also giving you promotion letter. So later when commission realizes it's folly, commission will now ask you to pick either of those two letters. Do you prefer your conversion or do you go for promotion? So commission will have to withdraw one. They can't give you the two letters in the same year. Don't try that is on here if I get the person right.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir. Let me call Raima Busari. Unmute yourself. Mrs.
Sir,
Busari.
you've answered my question. You've answered my question, sir.
I know. I want you to help on behalf of the participant. That is how we do it here. Okay. Before that, I think someone want to ask question. Let me just quickly pick this tutor. So before you tutor, unmute yourself and ask your question. Quick one.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
sir.
Sir, my question goes thus. A friend of mine gave me tips which I'm not clearly understood.
Gave you what? Gave you what?
Enter study, he's trying to confuse me on this particular topic. He said if you are just employed and you have additional qualification, that within 6 months of being employed, as you were told that we have 6 types of employment. That is, you are employed on a probation level that we were employed. That within that 6 months, you can write to put forward your additional qualification, which you have not been employed with. That you can try put it forward. Maybe you can be considered. So I want to be clear on that.
That's the life from the bottom of hell. You can't.
All right.
Promotion has a duration. Employment has a duration period now, a gestation period. If you are employed, it can't be for eternity. It can't be for 6 months now. It's a phase. If it has been closed and you have done your documentation, you can't come back and represent a certificate that you did not present at the time you are being interviewed.
Okay.
It's not possible. Sir. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, Mrs. Raimond.
Before we round up, Jamil, some were saying
Okay,
they need my number. You can give them my
okay.
number, but
I will share your
I
number.
want only messages. Messages.
WhatsApp.
Uh,
Okay, I will do that now. And Mrs. Raimo can go ahead and appreciate our girl. Go ahead, ma.
Okay. On behalf of and good evening, everybody. Once again, want to thank the organizers of this wonderful um, presentation, as well as our lead presenter, for taking out time, despite the difficulty in network and everything. And the Almighty Allah made it easy for him to stay to the end, as well as all the participants here. Because if we organize such a presentation and there are nobody to attend, it will be effort in futility, and the same thing vice versa. So I want to thank our presenter as well as the organizers and every one of us that is present on this call. We pray that God will Almighty will reward us all, that everybody that wants to do one promotion or the other conversion, may God continue to guide us and make it easy for us. Amen. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you
thank
so
you very
much.
much.
Thank you very, very much. So,
Jamil, before we close, let me also appreciate everybody.
okay. I've
Despite
sent
the
Mr.
fact that
Yusuf's number across. Go ahead, sir.
despite the fact that this man is a retired man,
But not
I
tired.
appreciate you for still finding me worthy to be called to share my experience with you. I appreciate that. And I promise you, I don't take it for granted. Thank you
Sir.
very much.
Thank you, sir.
I also appreciate everybody for tolerating me since 7 o'clock, almost 3 hours, for tolerating me for this long. God will bless you.
Amen.
Promotion tí a fẹ́ ṣe, àṣeyè la máa ṣe.
Àmín,
By
sir.
the grace of God, we will come back next year to find ourselves in the next level. I also appreciate those from local governments who did not shun this clarion call that maybe they are talking about stakes, who also joined. I hope we have gained one or two things from our discussion. Jami, Ọlọ́run á máa fún ẹ ṣe o.
Àmín, sir. Ẹ ṣé gan, sir.
Àti àwọn team, member of your team. Thank you.
Ẹ ṣé, sir. Retire àlejò kẹ́ gbé gbogbo ẹrù yẹn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Àwọn máa tap nílẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀. Ẹ ṣé gan, sir.
I'm always available.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a lovely night rest. So I will keep on sending updates. Like I said, by next week, we will have a back to back, if possibly every day. But due to the council and the CIPM, that's ongoing CIPM and council, we couldn't be able to. Most of our facilitators are on the official assignment, and they couldn't make it. So don't worry, you get us. Okay, thank you. I've sent Mr. Yusuf number to the chat box, so you can copy from there. Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night, sir.
Yeah.